Good evening, everybody. We're going to take a look at this weather event that might be taking shape across the southeastern United States, or at least off the coast of the southeast, specifically the Carolinas. And it's pretty interesting because it's not really a tropical system. Actually, I don't think anybody ever thought it would be. But you have this trough digging down into the southern United States, which is going to kick off a surface low down here in just off the coast or right over the Atlantic coastal regions of Florida. And this low is going to be track up the coast, and as it does so, it might strengthen, and you will feel some effects across the Carolina coast and even probably over towards Virginia. But the thing is, this system, we don't know how, at least the models don't know how it's going to evolve. But there are some ensemble signals that say that, or that indicate at least, some heavy rain and some pretty gusty winds are expected along the southeastern coast of the United States. So let's get into it. So over Florida, we have some extensive showers and thunderstorms, especially, and it's not located here, but you can see even more activity off the coast, well off the coast of Florida, over the Atlantic Ocean. And this is all going to get its act together over the next 24 hours, and then over the next 3 to 4 days will be interesting. So, what does that look like? I'm glad you asked. We're going to first take a look at the official forecast from the Weather Prediction Center, and this map will show us how the storm will develop, and then we'll get into some of the model differences, if you will, because there are extensive model differences, and we're going to take a ensemble approach, if you will. But anyways, here is our high pressure off the southeastern, or in southeastern Canada. This we noted on the water vapor imagery, a piece of energy moving across the deep south and along the northern Gulf Coast. Well, this is supposed to act as the initiation mechanism for a low pressure center to develop near the coast of the Atlantic coast of Florida by tomorrow evening, Friday evening at that was weird. Might have to edit that out. Well, maybe. But anyways, as the weekend goes on into Sunday morning, this is when the storm really wraps up. And you can see, remember how close these isobars are, which is these brown lines, the stronger the wind speed. So this high pressure center off into eastern or southeastern Canada, and this developing low pressure center and strengthening low pressure center will create some pretty hectic winds off the coast of the eastern seaboard, and especially in the Delmarva area. But as soon as we get out of the weekend, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, how this storm will evolve. Will it go out to sea, or will it go towards the inland more? Don't know. But what we also note is this reinforcing shot right here of cooler air making its way through the eastern United States. So now that we know what the official forecast looks like, let's take a look at some unofficial forecasts, which is mainly the ECMWF, or the Euro model, if you will. So this is what the storm will look like off the coast. This is tomorrow morning. Note very heavy rains and thunderstorms off the southeastern coast. Maybe a few showers and thunderstorms arcing back from roughly Charleston back towards the Georgia-Florida line. And as we go through the day, this storm starts to develop, and rain, and very heavy rain at that, will start to overspread the coastal regions of North and South Carolina. Probably rain will probably begin shortly after lunchtime tomorrow in the Wilmington area, and really along the coast, mainly from Wilmington, Myrtle Beach, point southward like Surfside Beach, and then maybe getting into Charleston and Hilton Head Island by Friday afternoon. At the same time, notice how tight these isobars are. So it's going to be a little breezy out there. Not the peak conditions for beach going. In fact, I would probably not be on the beach Friday and into Saturday, as this storm system is not in a hurry or anything. It's not in a hurry to do nothing. It's going to hang out. And here's one of those solutions where, as we're getting into Sunday, it's still here. It's still spinning its way off the coast of the Carolinas. And this particular model solution has it going out to sea there. And then there's other model solutions that take it up through the coast of North Carolina into Virginia. So yeah, not really sure exactly what to expect past day 4 or 5. So let's take a look at, what'd you do? Here we go. Let's take a look at some model data. Here is the GFS composite reflectivity. This is the latest and greatest. Probably not the greatest, but the latest in the model run. And this is what we are looking at. This is getting into tomorrow afternoon. This storm system starts to get its act together and really cause some headaches for us. The rain shield is going to be a tight gradient, and we'll look at some of the totals here, but there's going to be a pretty tight gradient across the Piedmont of North and South Carolina. So right now, there's Wilmington. Rain might begin sometime tomorrow afternoon into the evening across, according to the GFS, across Wilmington and down towards Myrtle Beach and Charleston areas. If we look at total precipitation, which I know you guys are more interested in, and we are going to look at the 12Z model, IFS, you want to work for me? Maybe not. 72, no, come on. Are you serious? I mean, with the AIFS. Yeah, you know it. What did I do? 72? Yeah, there you go. See how tight that gradient is? You're looking at, what is this? 4 to 5 inches along the coast, even 2.5 inches towards, 2 to 2.5 inches towards Lumberton. And then as soon as you get towards Rockingham, probably 1/2 inch. I mean, that is insane in the membrane. But that's the kind of system we're looking at, is this really tight gradient. And that is not unique to the Euro model. If one of these other models would work out, it'd be great. You know, 6Z's not going to cut it. 6 hours, 6Z. Come on. Okay, that'll do, pig. Right here. See how tight that one is? This is the AI version of the GFS. I mean, it's going to be a very tight gradient, and it really depends on the eventual track of the low, especially the surface low, where this tight gradient is. But, you can expect 2 to 4 inches of rain, maybe even locally higher amounts in thunderstorms, especially right along the coast and areas that are prone to coastal flooding. Be prepared for that. And, it's going to be wicked. In other news, we have this tropical storm out here, Jerry. This is pretty much going to be a fish storm, but, eventually this is going to feed into a nice little storm in the North Atlantic. So it's going to follow this little pattern that's indicated by the spaghetti plots. Where's our ragu sauce? To show you what I mean by feeding in, that's going to be a pretty good storm right there. Look at that. That's going to be nice. It's going to wrap up into this thing pretty good, create some havoc, at least off the coast of eastern Canada, St. John's. Look how massive this thing stretches across the entirety, pretty much, of the Atlantic Ocean. That's a sight to behold. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the day after tomorrow. Maybe I need to make some preparations. In all seriousness, though, be prepared, especially across the coastal regions of the Carolinas, to have some very heavy rain, some gusty winds. It's really going to be a pretty raw day to be at the beach. Mainly Friday night through Sunday morning, possibly in the Sunday afternoon, is when you should be most concerned with this, as this low develops off the Atlantic coast of Florida and moves up somewhere. It'll go somewhere. I know that for sure. Meanwhile, over to the western parts of the Carolinas, since there is a pretty good rain gradient, where you get heavy rain and then no rain, there's also going to be a pretty good cloud gradient. There'll be some areas where you see the outline of the storm, but that's about it when it's clear skies and you got some clouds on the horizon. And then there's going to be people that just see clouds, no rain. And then there's going to be people that see rain. And then there's going to be people that see rain and wind. And then there's going to be people that see ocean. Land is not going to be visible because it's going to be raining. But that's all I got right now. It's not a tropical system. It's an extratropical system. And, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to go prepare.